Welcome back to the Sika Strength, Sika Stand news show. We've got a couple of things we want to talk about today, but first, we are alerting you to the merchandise drop number 4. One of the things that we'll be featuring, one of 3 things we'll be featuring is our Sika Strength training pants. These are the version 2.0. We've made some changes from the last versions. These are of limited availability. They sold out within like 30 minutes the last time. I'm not telling you to build up some hype. Fortunately, I don't think we need to build hype because the last time they sold out so quick and a lot of people are looking for them. I'm just telling you for your own good. We will be letting you know when they're released on the minute. So people who will find out early are people on the Facebook group, people who watch the live stream. So as soon as you see that live stream go live, you go straight to the website to get a pair of pants. There will be 2 different graphics t-shirts, which you've seen, and we'll show you a little bit more in depth tomorrow. It'll be going on a pre-order basis for the t-shirts, so everyone will get a t-shirt because we didn't have enough t-shirts last time. We'll make sure everyone gets a t-shirt this time. The pants are on a limited basis, and a very limited basis. We will have the sizes up the day before or several hours beforehand, so you'll know what size to get immediately, so you don't have to panic buy the wrong size. So we'll let you know the inseam length per size, so you can go based off that. But they fit true to size. If you wear Under Armour, Nike, not Virus or Gymshark, they're a little bit larger in that size compared to those. But if you wear like Adidas, Under Armour, Nike, you'll fit fairly true to size in that regards. There will be offers, so there will be a pants and a t-shirt offer. There'll be the 2 t-shirts offer, and then there will be all 3 of them together. We have to start off with Liu Xiaojun Barbell. Liu Xiaojun himself, he is back training. He looks pretty juicy. I just wanted to talk about how kind of juicy he looks.
Juicy is a good word, Garth.
In this 210, so he's looking dense. He's got this kind of girth back along here.
It's such, the lats are just so well defined on him, aren't they?
Yeah. And he's got this kind of titties back. He's got like he's got his neck back. He's getting some girth back.
He's such an impressive looking human being. Aside from all the lifting and all that crack, he just looks insane.
And he's just so ageless looking.
Yeah,
it's amazing. So it's great to see how fast he's coming back, and the kind of how detrained he is. Now, that said, here's him missing a 200 kilo squat. Sorry, I wasn't even playing. So here's him just straight up missing 200 kilos.
If there is a national team that doesn't care about their lifters missing weight, I'm going to say it's the Chinese national team.
I'd say the Chinese national is one of those people.
They seem to laugh at missing weight more than any other crowd.
Okay, so then he made it after. So it's really weird because most places, the vast majority of weightlifting cultures will hate a miss on a deadlift or a squat because it means you've gone way too heavy beyond productivity. But in a lot of places, won't really mind misses so much. Obviously, you don't want to having misses, but some places will encourage them. Like the Romanian team seem to aim for missing, from what Gabriel talked about. We know the Greek aim for that kind of, they feel like there's an adaptation he made from really heavy misses. We don't agree with that. We don't think it's worthwhile. But when it comes to missing squats and pulls and stuff, like outright missing stuff too heavy, China seems to be the only team that really doesn't care about that. A lot of other places will never go that far. On the other end of the spectrum, you'll have places like Russia who'll do your back squats based off of your clean and jerk. So they might go to 110, 120% for sets and reps and not really go too far. But China just don't seem to care.
No.
And it's obviously working somewhat well for them.
Yeah, their fatigue management is obviously very good.
Like their recoverability, like. And they do all right on the international stage.
They do all right.
They do okay.
This fella in particular did all right.
I think he's been to...
the few times he's competed.
The 1 or 2 Olympics or 3 Olympics is like.
Olympi.
So moving on. In weightlifting, what we've got is someone whose name I don't know. On Instagram, he's called Frozen Soul, which is a very edgy name, which I assume he picked when he was 16.
Yes.
Maybe he's 16, I'm not sure. But he is an absolute horse of a lifter.
Oh my God. So this is a new revelation for me. Garth just made me aware of him. This is when we talked about Ari Finn, or the Finnish guy last week on the new show. This is the same Hannes. This is the same kind of category I'd put him in. Just big, powerful, strong weightlifters. They're my favourite kind of weightlifters, by the way.
So he's got the most Russian jerk of all time. Here's a 210. Unbelievable. Here's the most casual 210 kilo clean jerk you'll see outside a super heavy. So just beautiful. Training in a hotel gym with platforms, but it looks like it's a dance studio, I'm sure of it.
I just love the jerk. Clean timing is so nice.
Power clean 190. Oof. His jerk is incredible.
Yeah. You have to, like, he has to have a 140 strict press.
I feel like he can push press at least 180 or 190.
Yeah.
So these jerks are something else. But what I really wanted to highlight was a thing he done at the weekend. So he snatched 185 with straps, but very, very easily. But then he squatted 305. Frozen soul. It's kind of that warm body hot piss thing or whatever, is it? No. Here's the 305 squat. Wearing the Tokyo edition of the Ram 4s, one of the worst weighted shoes ever made. Love the headband. That's so Russian. Oh, buried it. Go on. Oh, Ucliffe touched the bar there a little bit. I don't like that. If you touch my bar,
it's all good. It's all good.
No, he made that.
He made it.
But like, don't touch the barbell.
No, don't touch the barbell, but he made it.
So we've got some other. So here's a competition lift from him, 222 from a few weeks back. I feel kind of weird to talk about Russian lifters a little bit.
Yeah.
Look, unless we see the individual Russian lifter sharing that Z or something like that, or talking about military propaganda, then I feel like it's fair to give them the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
For the sake of some lifting.
He hasn't competed a massive amount internationally, Garth, has he?
From what I've seen, he hasn't competed at all internationally.
Okay.
What a weird time to be a Russian athlete or Belarusian athlete, because even before the current situation, what were you training for? How do you train? Yeah. How do you motivate yourself to train? You know, because a load of these lifters will have hit PBs when they're 18 or 19. They'll have their all-time numbers.
Yeah. And the other thing is, if you're making a career out of it, like, what's the situation with like the federation? Do the federation still pay them? Do they still train on a full-time basis? Like, are they kind of self-funded now at this point?
No, it looks like that they're still getting paid, and they're all training in the training centres, and they have their coaches and their training camps and stuff. So it must be just a very weird scenario, and they seem to have a lot of lifters still. So I don't really know what
it's bizarre.
It must be weird to get motivated unless you're just really aiming for national competitions. Like the likes of Okolov, Archie Okolov is training, but you know, he snatched 180 when he was 18 or 17 or something. You know, he did that hang snatch at, what was that hang snatch at, like 190 or something. You know, just crazy numbers.
Yeah.
Like he's not going to be training for numbers.
No.
So it's comps for him, you know, and he's never going to get to those comps realistically.
Well, it's certainly not getting more likely he will. This guy's clean and jerk is just phenomenal.
It's so casual at 200s.
If someone could phonetically put down below in the comments how we're to pronounce his name, it would be massively appreciative.
Yeah. So this just...
He's making a fool of 200 kilos.
Normally people don't look aesthetic from this angle in the clean and jerk. Nobody. Only Ilya, basically.
Yeah.
And he's making this look aesthetic. Now, moving on to people who are aesthetic from all angles, and are actually the same dimension from all angles.
Yes.
Is Robert Forstman. It's not Forstman.
This is insane.
So he's doing 240 kilo Bulgarian split squats. I don't know what to say, because I just don't know. It's
just there's a few really strange things about it. Just how long it takes him to get his leg up in the thing. Like, with that weight on your back, going and standing on one leg for 3 seconds is hard enough.
You can't tell me that's not dangerous for an elite athlete to be doing.
I was literally just thinking, what S&C coach allowed him to do that?
There's someone in comments like, it's not actually dangerous, nothing hurts you more than anything. But
everything about that is dangerous.
You have to admit that there's... I assume this is of his own prerogative. I assume he does his own S&C. There's just no way...
I have to assume as well that it's a kind of one-off, and that he's not training with 200 kilo plus split squats every week.
I'll show you one from another week. So he's getting Cairo'd. Oh, that looks satisfying. When what he's tattooed there says. But wait, why is that? Is that not the video?
What are we watching?
Wait, show us the split squats, Robert. So he does look, not to be like calling him out or anything, but the depth is odd in those. I don't know if that's the most like. Normally, if I was doing split squats, it's got to be knee at least on the ground, if not onto a pad or something.
Yeah.
But this is 240, so you give him a little bit more of a leeway in that regard.
Oh, you have to, I think. There's actually nothing in this except getting cracked.
Why isn't he showing? But he showed a really heavy split squat, but there's no...
I don't know.
Where's him training again with split squats? These are literally 200 kilos barefoot. So here's on a bench, so I wonder if he'll get any deeper with these. He's kind of sitting back into these a bit, you know.
He's definitely loading up that back leg an awful lot more than what you'd classically see with a Bulgarian split squat, you know.
Okay, so these are definitely more legitimate in regards to depth and stuff. Look, I know how do you measure depth in regards to a split squat, but just as we're on the subject of it, like, these are incredibly impressive.
Yeah.
Massively impressive. These are really fucking deep. Like, he couldn't get any deeper there. There's no way.
No.
Until his fucking shin gets perpendicular to the floor. That's very close to it, though. No, they're mad impressive.
It's crazy strength.
For cycling, I could see it being a little bit useful.
Yeah,
If you, but like the body weight he's doing to get to those, you know.
I
Yeah.
would like to see the plan with those, you know, like, because do you keep going until you get to 300 kilos with a split squat? Classically, we'd say like you keep going until you get to 1.5 times body weight with whatever, you know. He's obviously surpassed every level of classical comparison you'd ever make in those cases. Like, they're not. Are they saying 240 now for 3 each side is going to be enough and move on, or what's the plan?
The weird thing about this roller thing he's using as well is that, like, as he's pushing up, his foot is moving further back, you know.
Yeah.
So he's definitely losing some of that. The way you're pressing through his leg, you know, you can see it's a lot more of a forceful on the back leg.
Yeah.
When he's doing it on the bench compared to this one. So it looks like he's losing a little bit of that engagement with the back leg, or distributing the force across them a little bit more.
I've done them with the foam rollers with the hollow center, you know, and using that foam roller. So you put a barbell into a squat rack, put the barbell through the foam roller.
Yeah.
And you have that foam roller because it allows people's, like, the front of their ankle to kind of slide on it.
Yeah.
So people who are a bit restricted, but I've never had anybody going anywhere near 240 kilos.
The weird thing about this as well is that if his weight distribution is too far back, obviously the roller is just going to drag him back the other direction, which is fine if there's 40 kilos in your back, because you have to control that. But if it's 240 kilos, you have to imagine that that's not going to be a...
The other thing is, what's the situation for bailing, you know?
Yeah, how did you miss?
Like, if the barbell slips off his back,
Yeah.
then it crushes his, like, it literally takes his lower leg off.
Yeah, yeah.
If he has to bail the barbell forward, he has no way to go back behind because there's the roller behind him, you know?
I still think he's a massive ass will stop the barbell though.
It's not going to stop 240 kilos.
The funny thing as well is, like, normally with split squats, it's like you wouldn't load anything less than like 5 reps usually.
Yeah,
and even then it's like somewhere between 5 and 10 reps.
Yeah.
Very strange situation. He doesn't compete in split squats. He competes in cycling.
Yeah. I'd love to know if there's a reason. Like, have they stopped loading his back squat now for one reason or another?
Surely not.
I've never seen an athlete going this heavy.
Yeah.
On Bulgarians.
Oh, here's some spare sprints just before we go. I didn't notice these, but I just want to have a look. It's slow motion, so they're not going to be impressive.
Oh no, yeah.
Oh, anyway.
That's disappointing.
Moving on to more very impressive things. We've got our coach in Jiu-Jitsu. He is also Sika Strength's only sponsored athlete. He is multiple European medalist in Jiu-Jitsu in the adult division across every belt except for black belt. He just got his black belt last year. He's 39 years old and he's winning adult divisions. He's won like 7 Europeans at least. Recently he went to the London International Open and IBJJF competition. He won the gold in his division in gi, no gi, flew over Saturday morning, flew home Sunday evening, and then he won bronze in the absolute in black belt and he weighs 70 odd kilos, 73 kilos I think he weighed in it. So Galera is his nickname, Oresny Lima is his full name, but Galera is what everyone calls him.
Everybody. I've known Galera since 2016 and I've never known him to be called anything else. But it's great to see the Sika Stan resident athlete is doing very well.
Yeah, so we'll see a little Sika strength on his gi there. So Galera is phenomenally talented. It's quite new to Jiu-Jitsu in relation to like how long other black belts will be doing it. So he's been Jiu-Jitsu, how long has he been Jiu-Jitsu?
9 years, 8 years, 9 years.
So obviously we do his S&C from him as well. He's one of a couple of black belts that you have at the moment. A growing list of black belts who are getting up there. So it'll be great to see what it'll be like in a few years in regards to that and how far Galera is able to get with his black belts. So just over 1 year with a black belt is quite new when you look at it. People have a 10 plus years, you know.
100%.
Especially at the age he's at usually, you know. So obviously just wanted to shout out Galera because he's a great coach, but also someone who gets after it.
And go follow him on Instagram as well.
Yeah, go follow him.
Because you'll see some crazy capoeira as well as jiu-jitsu.
Then we have Dara's favourite fighter.
It's pretty safe to say that. The Hillbilly Hammer. So Pan Am's was on 2 weeks ago now? Or last week. He won his division and I think he won the absolute as well. I just love everything about Jacob Couchscarf, to be honest. He's just seems to be an honest to God nice person.
Is he your favourite fighter because he's called the Hillbilly Hammer?
Yes.
Is there any other reader?
No, he just seems like a really nice guy. he's unbelievably good at leg locks, and kind of messes up a lot of people with them.
Yes.
He fights out of Pedigo, like Pedigo submission fighting. They have a phenomenal, I think, to be honest, the reason I like him so much is because they have a phenomenal vlog series that's been going for a long, long time, and you get to know them quite well. If anyone is interested, they call themselves Daisy Fresh because they used to train in a laundromat. It was the only industrial unit in their town. The guys live in vans, they live in cars, they sleep on the mat in the gym. Really, really interesting story. They just got a phenomenal training facility, or moved to a really nice training facility. They basically win like top team or second best team at most competitions they go to. I think they might have won top team at Pan Am's. Very, very interesting. Daisy Fresh on YouTube.
So he famously fought Gordon Ryan earlier this year. A lot of people thought he might have had some chance. Turns out he had no chance, but he gave it an honest
to
go.
God.
He gave it an honest to God go, and it was very, very impressive.
Yeah.
Lastly, on today's list, we've got so she competes Pao. I'm not sure. Peo. I actually can't.
I have no idea.
I genuinely can't, and I've heard no one say her name out loud. So she competes or trains with the B team. So they are famously split from John Danaher's Death Squad. Most of the team went, and she trains with them. But she did something called combat jiu-jitsu. So normally in jiu-jitsu, obviously there's no fighting, but she was competing at the Eddie Bravo Invitational, along with Nikki Rod, I think, competed there as well and won. But here is a clip of her competing where she absolutely knocks someone out. So you're allowed to do open hand slaps in combat jiu-jitsu, something that I will never be doing because blows to the head are the last thing anyone needs. So here's some highlight clips from her. This clip went kind of viral, so it's like 1.6 million views, or 1.6 million likes and 10 million views on TikTok. There's Eddie Bravo himself judging, which must be pretty cool.
I think the funny thing about this is she was the underdog, and I think that's what you're seeing at the weigh-ins there, where like she's kind of just standing there with her arms folded basically, and the other girl is really trying to hype it up. And then this happens.
There's nothing funny about getting knocked out there.
You're telling me.
So she has in a triangle for ages, and it cuts to the clip, and she starts smashing her in the face. So you're allowed open hand slaps, which is so intense.
Yeah.
So it would be so interesting.
Oh my God.
It would change your game so much if someone could just reach down and start slapping her face.
Yeah. I think that one fight of the night at the EBI.
Because she knocked someone out, yeah, and she got a bonus for that.
It's crazy. The other thing about the EBI is I think you only get like those fight of the night bonuses, or you get bonuses basically in most big jiu-jitsu competitions or fight competitions when you do, like, you might get a submission, or you might knock someone out, or you might get fight of the night in this case. In EBI, it's only if you submit the person. So you can have the best fight of the entire competition.
You're right.
If it goes to points, or goes to what they do is overtime in EBI, where someone starts on your back and then you start on their back afterwards. As far as I know, if you don't finish with the submission in regulation time, there's no bonus.
No bonus.
Nobody gets paid.
The triangles are bad enough, but then someone slap you in the face while you're passing out
God.
would just be the least. Obviously, Eddie Bravo, one of the greatest Nogi Jiu-Jitsu fighters ever. Very famous for meeting one of the Gracies twice.
He's actually a great musician as well.
Is he, fuck?
Crazy good, yeah.
He's an all-round great guy, except when he talks about conspiracy theories. She really got knocked out.
Yeah, she's well out of it.
Thanks for watching the new show. Wednesday will be the release for the merchandise. Can't tell you what time.
The best thing you could possibly do if you are interested in the merch is just make sure you have the notifications for this YouTube channel turned on, and then make sure notifications are on your phone. So a lot of the time people subscribe, the notification bell mightn't be on, and you won't get that pop-up on your phone. We will be doing a community post. We'll probably do a short as well, so you'll get the notification on your phone and you can go on and get it straight away. But you got to stay frosty, because last time they were gone in like 45 minutes.
Yeah, easily. So we'll see the Sika Strength graphic t-shirts where we've got our kind of pro sports team logo, and then we've got the first of our Legend series for some mythical heroes in Sika Stan's history. So we hope you guys enjoy those. You'll see an in-depth video tomorrow of how the t-shirts are made from a local business just literally 15 minutes away from us. Some great guys who've been in the industry for I think about 20 years, and you'll see more of that. Who's also, the owner is also called Dara, but he doesn't spell it like Dara does. He spells it a different way.
Does make the emails confusing though.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching. Hey Dara. Thanks Dara.